To fulfill the class monitor's assignment, Zhu Yun followed Li Xuan closely, but his rebellious attitude made her hesitate to approach. She saw several admirers trying to confess to Li Xuan, only to be rejected one by one. She followed him to a small courtyard, his personal space. He was coding there and was annoyed by her request, thinking morning classes were useless. He pulled her into a game, promising to go if she won. Zhu Yun wasn't a match but didn't give up. Li Xuan warned her not to bother him again. Li Xuan didn't attend self-study, and Zhu Yun didn't see him in professional class either, which surprised her. As she was wondering, Li Xuan finally showed up. The teacher emphasized the importance of learning C language for future development and asked Zhu Yun to explain it. She gave a well-organized answer, and the teacher made her the class representative. Zhu Yun's mother, Lu Eileen, video called her, reminding her not to slack off in college. The college entrance exam was just the beginning, university mattered even more. Zhu Yun felt pressured. Later, the teacher asked her to join a project team with Gao Zhanhong. Although reluctant, she gave in under her mother and teacher's pressure. Under Professor Lin's guidance, Zhu Yun's group got their own studio. Everyone wanted Li Xuan to join, though some thought he was too proud to care. Others encouraged Zhu Yun to try. She approached Li Xuan, who handed her a piece of code to review. But when she plugged it in, her computer got infected with a virus. She sought help from several well-known seniors, who confidently offered assistance, only for their own computers to get infected too. One after another, they turned to experts, but no one could remove the virus. In the end, they told Zhu Yun to find Li Xuan again. Unwilling, Zhu Yun gave the USB drive to Gao Zhanhong. After trying in vain, he went to look up documentation. Zhu Yun passed it to Professor Lin, but even he was stumped. Eventually, they had to call Li Xuan. He calmly explained how the virus worked. Professor Lin was impressed, but what shocked everyone even more was Li Xuan's plan to use a virus to control other viruses, making them unable to attack. While Professor Lin was eagerly listening, he got a call and had to leave, telling Li Xuan to remove the virus. But just after the professor left, Li Xuan tried to leave too. Zhu Yun, desperate, begged him to help, but he mocked her, calling her a useless class representative. Infuriated, Zhu Yun cursed him in her mind. After much effort, she finally removed the virus, with Li Xuan's hints. Zhu Yun bought lamb skewers to thank Li Xuan and told him he was a genius who should make better use of his time. Li Xuan replied that their group was a waste of time, making Zhu Yun furious. She scolded him for breaking school rules like a delinquent. Li Xuan shut the door on her, leaving her outside. The next morning, Li Xuan was shocked to see Zhu Yun had slept outside the door all night. He didn't expect her to be that persistent, so persistent it seemed foolish. Fang Shumiao called Zhu Yun to tell her that Li Xuan had gone to study on his own. Zhu Yun quickly got up and rushed to school, only to realize in the classroom that she was still wearing the coat Li Xuan had draped over her, which made her feel a little embarrassed. Still, Zhu Yun was relieved that Li Xuan had gone to class, she had completed her task. But what surprised both Fang Shumiao and Zhu Yun was that Li Xuan didn't follow the rules and sit quietly to study. Instead, he proposed to the teacher that he would share his lab with everyone, and anyone who participated in extracurricular activities would be exempt from morning and evening self-study sessions. Fang Shumiao thought that Li Xuan wasn't there to study, but to stir up trouble. He had ruined a perfectly good self-study session. Had she known, she wouldn't have let him come at all. Gao Zhanhong noticed that Li Xuan came back late and wanted to ask him to play basketball, but Li Xuan turned him down. Later, Gao Zhanhong talked to Li Xuan and warned him not to poach people for his base, especially from their interest group. Li Xuan expressed zero interest in their group. But even before Li Xuan made a move, several members of Gao Zhanhong and Zhu Yun's interest group had already left. Fang Shumiao felt the world was going downhill fast, and people had lost their integrity. Wu Mengxing had surgery. Fang Shumiao went to the hospital to visit him and found out he couldn't be discharged until he passed gas. So, she took him for a walk in the hallway to help things along, and when he finally farted, she was overjoyed. But Wu Mengxing still couldn't be discharged until he fully recovered. After returning, Fang Shumiao complained that Wu Mengxing was unreliable. He had once claimed he could play the suona, but when asked to perform, he said he had only played at weddings and funerals. So, Fang Shumiao decided to perform a skit with Zhu Yun instead. During their rehearsal, Li Xuan showed up and criticized the event as unoriginal. Zhu Yun got angry and made a deal with Li Xuan. She would perform on stage, and she dared him to come watch. At the welcome party, Shu Lina performed a violin solo on stage, impressing everyone. After her performance, she directly confessed that the performance was for Li Xuan, but he gave no response, making everyone think he was way out of line. Later, Zhu Yun went on stage to do a stand-up routine, comparing Li Xuan to her pet dog. Only she and Li Xuan understood the true meaning behind her words. Li Xuan immediately realized she was indirectly criticizing him, but he still applauded her performance. After stepping off stage, Zhu Yun ran into Li Xuan backstage. Unexpectedly, Li Xuan directly confessed, saying he hoped the two of them could be openly together from now on. The crowd went wild. A video of them together was uploaded online. Back at the dorm, Fang Shumiao demanded Zhu Yun confess when they had started dating, but Zhu Yun insisted she was innocent. In the bathhouse, many people were gossiping about Zhu Yun and Li Xuan, making her too embarrassed to stay. She hurried back to the dorm and clarified that everything on stage was just for show and that she was still single. Later, Zhu Yun went to clear things up with Shu Lina. At that moment, Li Xuan left a message saying he was sorry for upsetting Zhu Yun. After seeing this, Shu Lina got even angrier at Zhu Yun, thinking she was just making fun of her. Feeling helpless, Zhu Yun had no choice but to go to the broadcast room and publicly clarify her relationship with Li Xuan. Since Li Xuan had called Zhu Yun Little Piggy at the party, many people started calling her that too, and the nickname spread. Li Xuan went to a bar to see Ren Di, who was performing there to earn money. She also hoped Li Xuan would invest in their band in exchange for future profits. After her persuasion, Li Xuan agreed to invest some money. The next day, when Zhu Yun went to the interest group, she found everyone had left and joined Li Xuan's base, which was now located in the same place as theirs. Even Fang Shumiao had gone over. Zhu Yun found Gao Zhanhong playing basketball on the field and proposed that they team up against Li Xuan. They quickly agreed. When Zhu Yun and Gao Zhanhong confidently arrived at the interest group, they found it bustling with activity. Almost all the pretty girls in school had joined Li Xuan's base. Some were even going out of their way to please him, ordering takeout and bubble tea for him. One even mistakenly delivered it to Zhu Yun. Furious, Zhu Yun stormed over to Li Xuan with the bubble tea. Li Xuan teased her, suggesting she was angry because of those girls. Zhu Yun was left speechless. Many people were always around Li Xuan. Ren Di also came by to see him. Li Xuan casually handed her a chair, but it turned out to be Gao Zhanhong's. Gao Zhanhong took it as bullying and immediately started arguing with Li Xuan, creating a tense and oppressive atmosphere. Zhu Yun angrily proposed a competition. The losing team would merge into the winners. Gao Zhanhong suggested the competition be comprehensive, including academic performance. Li Xuan agreed on the spot, and even Fang Shumiao stood behind him. After all, Li Xuan was top-tier academically, and challenging him was a death wish. Privately, some believed that Zhu Yun was challenging Li Xuan because she couldn't have him. Determined not to lose, Zhu Yun started cramming her studies and practicing dance. She thought that although Li Xuan was good with books, his uncoordinated body would make dancing impossible. After intense study sessions, the exam was the next day. Not wanting to waste study time, Zhu Yun went to the rooftop and studied all night with Li Xuan. The next day, Li Xuan placed a rooftop key on her keychain. When the results came out, Zhu Yun did well. Li Xuan praised her efforts. But Zhu Yun realized something. Although they both scored 100, it was out of 100 points. Their efforts weren't the same. That was the difference between a top student and a genius, because during all that time, Li Xuan hadn't even studied. He just went on with his usual routine, clearly not taking the competition seriously. Frustrated by the comparison, Gao Zhanhong decided to give up the competition and join the base. Zhu Yun, however, was lost. She had been learning programming just to compete, but she didn't even like it. Wanting to see Li Xuan embarrassed, she secretly went to the dance room and found that he was indeed late. But then she saw he had submitted a medical note for a spinal injury and was excused from the exam. Disappointed, she turned to leave. Li Xuan saw her leaving and chased after her. Zhu Yun, still stubborn, claimed their competition wasn't a loss, they had just generously chosen a tie. Li Xuan smiled without saying anything. Gao Zhanhong also insisted he didn't lose, but willingly gave up the interest group to join the base. He thought Li Xuan would reject him, but Li Xuan accepted, making Gao Zhanhong happy. The two groups merged. While shopping, Zhu Yun ran into Ren Di, who said she was waiting for someone. To her surprise, the person was Li Xuan.